Welcome to my fifth installment of my series Practicing Strategy E-Modes. This will be Mixolydian, a guitar tutorial. So Mixolydian. So I started off today with various D major and E major triads. So that's one of the main points I've been doing in these videos. And this I'm referring to Rick Beato, Frank Gambale recent interview where Frank Gambale talks about the 4 and 5 chords of the parent key being a good way to spell out the sound of the mode. So Mixolydian, so you have a D chord and E chord are the 4 and 5 chords of the key of A major. Okay, so I think what I'll do for today, I'll start off with the 3-note per string scale, just to kind of change things up a little bit, because I've been doing different things for each video. There's a PDF that goes along with these videos, and then there's some notes on page 9 of the PDF, and I've just been kind of randomly going through these various points. So today I'll start off with 3-note per string scales. Just a standard ones. I might throw in that one scale where it doubles the note. Okay, here we go. So E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. And so what I've been doing is I'll say the note names ascending but not descending. Here's the low E. So notice if I would have played that over A, you would hear it more like an A major, but that's not going to be the emphasis of this video. I'm going to think of it more in terms of an E or an E7 chord. Okay, now I'll also throw in this concept of the 3-note per string scale. I'll start from here: D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. And I'm going to double this B note, B, C sharp, D, and then E, F sharp, G sharp. Right, so that's kind of interesting because you kind of have the scale is kind of surrounding this E7 chord, Mixolydian. Again, that's convenient pattern. Okay, next one, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. So I'll caution you, depending on your hand size, and if you're playing like a Strat type guitar, you're going to have a longer scale length. So you might have to be a little bit careful when you're doing some of these stretches. Sometimes I'll think of these more, especially with a big stretch. I won't think of them necessarily as a stretch, but more as a quick shift. See what I'm doing there? So and see, by the time I get up here, I'm actually not still stretching here. See how I'm doing that? And then it's in here. So I'm kind of lifting off that note. So you wouldn't necessarily have to strain your hand there. Okay, so that's that one. Let's go on to starting from G sharp. So G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp. So that's one of those what I've been referring to as symmetrical patterns, that every 2 strings has the same fingering or same pattern. Right, and then I've talked about that. That's kind of one of my favorite devices for like a speed lick, because you have the 3 times 2 is 6. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. depending on what kind of sound you wanted to hear. If you wanted to just let that low E ring, then you would just omit those last couple. So if I wanted to play like that, so I'm thinking of this as kind of E7. And then ending it however you like to. Okay, so the next one, starting from A, 3-note per string scale, it also has the same feature. Every 2 strings has pairs of string has the same fingering, or same pattern. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D. So I've also talked about the concept of taking every 3 notes of this of these patterns and breaking it up into 3 factorial, 3 times 2 times 1. So every 3 notes has 6 possible permutations. I'll just go through 1 or 2 of these. So for example, B, C sharp, D, B, D, C sharp. Okay, now starting with C sharp, C sharp, B, D, C sharp, D, B, and then starting with D, D, B, C sharp, and then D, C sharp, B. Okay, so for example, if you took that descending pattern and ran it up the scale, it would just it would land you in different places of the scale. So so like, let's say you're playing over like sort of like an E9 chord. So I'm not going to play the lowest one. I'll just play like these. So what's ended up happening, I'm kind of landing on that chord, which is kind of an interesting dominant sound there for the E. Or some other kind of thing where you. So let's say I wanted to land on that note, so I can maybe use I can use that permutation. So that to me is an interesting way of breaking up these scales, so that it's not always just running up and down the scale. So I'll do that one more time. So it's like outer note. And then landing on this inner note, and then taking that fingering permutation or note permutation and run it down the scale. So I got my E, so I'm thinking E7, E9 dominant, and I'm going to be landing on this note. Well, now if you turn it into a chord, so you have those diatonic fourths. It's kind of an interesting sound. How about this one? So I'll just do a little tangent here. So I just did some diatonic fourths, because that's kind of what happens when you land on the note that's the outer, one of the outer points of the 3-note per string scale. It just so happens, like if you look at, so if you're in parent key A major, you have B minor pentatonic and C sharp minor pentatonic. So I'll talk about this a little bit later on. So if you took those scales and turned them into chords, you have some interesting sounds, and this is kind of where I ended up just a minute or so ago. So I ended up on the top part of that pentatonic scale. So B minor pentatonic, or you can finger it however you want, and then C sharp minor pentatonic. All right, so that's sort of an interesting embellishment of kind of all the things that we're talking about with a 4-chord, 5-chord. So I just kind of expand out on this idea a little bit more. I know it's a little bit off the notes of the song, but this is a sound that I like, and is very, very guitar friendly. So you have a D chord to an E chord, you also have a B minor to a C sharp minor chord, or you have a B minor 7th to a C sharp minor 7th chord, or you have this kind of E9 sus to F sharp 9 sus, or you can think of this as sort of B minor pentatonic over E, and then C sharp minor E major. Okay, and I'm just expanding it so that I'm using this part. Okay, that's a little bit of a tangent there on that one. So, okay, let's go to still 3 upper string scales. I'm just trying to change up change up the videos a little bit. Okay, so B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, E. Right, and then I would refer to that as a symmetrical pattern, but three stringed. Right, so then once again, when you're doing these things, you have to kind of use your imagination, and so to not always think of everything as being like it has to be played a certain way. I mean, so for example, this thing here, you could maybe do slides. What else do I see here? Then you have these kind of embedded pentatonics: E, F sharp, G sharp, B, C sharp, E major pentatonic. And then you also have embedded A major pentatonic: A, B, C sharp, E, F sharp. So that might be a kind of a cool way to get into that E7 chord. There. Right, and then you also have that kind of Hendrix lick that he does in Let Me Stand Next to Your Fire. He does a lick like that. So it's kind of, there's a couple places, different places in Hendrix's playing where you kind of hear that, where he's kind of doing those pentatonics that are one a whole step apart. So you have the Let Me Stand Next to Your Fire. He does it from a D to an E minor. All right, so you just have to kind of think of different ways of taking these and breaking them up. So maybe like octaves. On people a little bit. That kind of sounds, people be like, what does that sound like? And they say, that kind of sounds like a Brown Eyed Girl played a jazz fusion style. E9 chord. I'm using these triads, and then I'm just playing the octaves, which is one of the other points I make in my notes, using your playing in different kinds of octaves, and it has a nice sound. Okay, I guess that's enough in that position. Let's go on to C sharp. So C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. Here's that big stretch again. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp. So what you might find is as you travel up the fretboard, you might find these stretches a little bit easier to do. to the C sharp of the A. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm just going to go off on a little tangent here. So I'm on 3-note per string scale, C sharp. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some convenient 1-octave scale patterns, which I've referred to. That's one of the notes from the PDF. So here you have sort of E Mixolydian, E F sharp, G sharp A B, C sharp D E. And then right next to that is this kind of Lydian sound, D E, F sharp G sharp A, B C sharp D. So that's kind of around those E and D chords. And then when I start looking at that, so I think about Lydian, but I also think about this, the 2 chord, the 2 of 5. So you have E9, but you also kind of have B minor 7th chord. So as you're playing the E7, that's kind of a nice sound, that B minor. So then if you take B minor pentatonic, you add in 2 notes. So depending on how you play that can be either sort of Dorian sound, over that E7, or that Lydian sound. So you can kind of think of those as being related, the pentatonic, and then these kind of 1-octave scales. And the same thing happens here. So I'm an E7 chord, E Mixolydian, E7, but it's also kind of added this E major, C sharp minor pentatonic. All right, so I think that's good. So there's just a couple convenient patterns you can pull out of there. All right, so let's go back to the 3-note per string scales: D E F sharp, G sharp A B, C sharp D E, F sharp G sharp A, B C sharp D, E F sharp G sharp. You got these tritones there. Okay, nothing's really coming to me there. All right, so then we would have, so once we get to here, then this is just a repeat of the first pattern, the open pattern, and then this would just be the same pattern here. So I'll just do one more 3-note per string scale before I go on to another concept. So E F sharp G sharp, A B C sharp, D E F sharp, G sharp A B, C sharp D E, F sharp G sharp A. Tritone there of the chord. And then you have those embedded pentatonics also. Okay, I think that's good for the 3-note per string scales. Okay, how about next? I'll do some octaves. So the octaves sound good here. So once again, I'm doing octaves based off of the parent key of A major, keeping in mind that that's also E Mixolydian. Okay, so G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. That's out there. Okay, backwards. And then because of the nature of how I'm presenting this, I've mostly been playing the octaves on strings 3-1 and 4-2 because it's just easier for me to throw in this low E and not get too bollocks bound by it. So certainly if you had a bass player or a backing track, then maybe you can play some of these lower notes also. So let's see, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, and then so on. Okay, backwards. The same thing here. So what was I doing? I was doing so Mixolydian would give you Hendrix, a third stone from the sun. So okay, I'm probably gonna mess this up, but let me see if I can remember this one. So yeah, try it one more time. Essentially Mixolydian. All right, so let's do. See, that was there's stuff from the sun. I'll just kind of do something around. I'll do some of these triads, and I'll just do like an improv. So one of the other themes that I like to do in these videos is I don't like to have everything exactly planned out. I just like to kind of go without a safety net and just start improving and just kind of see what happens. So as we all know, as guitar players, sometimes we have like the good night, bad night, or whatever, and that's why you have to record yourself to decide, is it good or bad? Can you make a song out of it or whatever? So here it goes, a little bit of an improv. I'll use the octaves here. Okay, I think what I'll do next is I'll talk a little bit about the 2-3-6 minor pentatonics and the 4-5-1 major pentatonics being the same thing. So I'll use the blues box and what I'm calling the blues box extension. So key of A parent scale would be B minor, C sharp minor, and F sharp minor pentatonic, which would also be D major, E major, and A major pentatonic. So as a young player, I remember when I first started learning about this, like how you could use B minor, but then you can also use the same patterns for D major, and that's always a big breakthrough. Okay, so note names ascending: B D, E F sharp, A B, D E, F sharp A, B D, backwards. All right, so as I said earlier in the video, that's a cool sound, like a cool kind of E Mixolydian, E sus 9. Okay, so that's B. Okay, so now I'll do the extension pattern: A B, D E F sharp, A B, D E F sharp, A B, D E F sharp. So that's kind of to me is a cool sound to think of, like if you're on like an E9 chord, to think B minor pentatonic or B blues scale. So that way, so you get that note that's kind of like it's maybe not the best note, like, but you just get it as an embellishment. It kind of sounds cool. Okay, so now, see, that's extension pattern. So D, E, F sharp, A, B, D, E, F sharp, A, B, D, E, F sharp, A, B. And then you also would have it here, D, E, F sharp, A, B, D, E, F sharp, A, B. So it's just kind of a cool way of thinking of it. So you have sort of like a D major pentatonic lick over an E7 chord. Just a different way of thinking of it. Like Pat Martino says, it's not how many chords and scales you know, it's how many different ways you know how to use the same chord or scale in different contexts. All right, so let's go to C sharp minor, C sharp E, F sharp G sharp, B C sharp, E F sharp, G sharp B, C sharp E. So C sharp minor, E major. Extension pattern B C sharp, E F sharp G sharp, B C sharp, E F sharp G sharp, B C sharp, E F sharp G sharp. So as I said in the previous previous videos, E major, and then also C sharp minor. So that's okay. C sharp. Okay, and then we have this extension pattern: E F sharp G, E F sharp G sharp, B C sharp, E F sharp G sharp, B C sharp. That goes a little bit off the diagram. And also open: E F sharp G sharp, B C sharp, E F sharp G sharp, B C sharp, E F sharp G sharp, B C sharp. Okay, and then one more. So we'll have F sharp minor pentatonic, F sharp A, B C sharp, E F sharp, A B, C sharp E, F sharp A. So either F sharp minor or A major. Okay, extension pattern E F sharp, A B C sharp, E F sharp, A B C sharp, E F sharp, A B C sharp. All right, that kind of sounds a little bit better over the A or the F sharp. And then I'll do one more extension pattern. So F sharp, A major, A B C sharp, E F sharp, A B C sharp, E F sharp, A B C sharp, E F sharp. Okay, so let's see. I'm not going to do up and down on one string today for this one because I kind of did the octaves. So I talked about 2, 3, 6 minor, 4, 5, 1 major. Did some octaves. Did 3 and upper string scales. I don't think I'll do the caged positions either because I've done those in other patterns. Okay, I guess I'll just end off the video. I'll just kind of the way I started it, I'll do like a little bit of an improv here, and then maybe I'll even be so bold as to do some scat singing, just for giggles and kind of see what happens here.